the platform and to go to the landing page, you need to add your username and password. These details will be provided to you by Serena or your manager. Once you've entered your username and password, click on Login. If you were to forget your password, forgotten your password link, we'll ask you to enter to stipulate either your email or your username to get your reset instructions. If not, simply click on Login and that'll take you to the landing page. Once in the landing page, there is a little bit of information in here that I'd like to describe to you. Right at the top of the screen is a global search, and that will allow you to search for one query across multiple registers. Any information that you put in here and press enter or search will allow you to, will return a list of anything that contains that sequence of letters. If you needed additional support, that can be found in the question mark in the circle on the right hand top of your screen. The first support resource is access to the knowledge base. This is logic-based support. Serena is implementing your own internal support resources and will provide you further information about that. The knowledge base, you can either search for the information that you're seeking, or you can scroll down and find, in this instance, incident management and all of the related tasks associated with that. This is a reading article-based platform and it will provide you with all of the information that you need. The second support resource is the Logic QMS, which is an academy and a video-based learning platform that will provide you with access to courses and short videos. Now, you will need to sign up to the academy, and that means you will need to create a username, a password, tell us which organisation you're with, and then you'll have access to all of these courses. The recommendation would be to complete the introductory courses, specifically focusing on reporting an incident. If you have any further questions that you can't have answered either via the academy or the knowledge base, the next support resource is to ask a human. That will open a support request ticket for you. We'll ask a little bit more information and we'll ask the type of support that you require, and one of us will be in touch with you as soon as possible to resolve any experience that you may have. What else can I see on my dashboard? You can see any tasks that are related to you. A task could typically be when you've reported an incident and someone's asking you for further feedback or for more information about the event that occurred, in which case you'll be required to do an action task. Now, they could sit in here if your responsibility is to complete that task by this week. If it's only due later, it'll sit in this blue tab here. Anything that you haven't gotten to just yet will sit in the overdue tasks, and you can view the actions completed. So anything that's been closed, you can go back and see that. There's an overall breakdown of the tasks in the organisation, and the floating action button, which is at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, will be the button that allows you to add incidences. Right at the top of the screen, you will see the workflow that this incident is going to follow. You're going to be required to complete the incident details, which is the form that we are currently in. It will be assigned to your manager and the area of the business that you work in. Your manager will take further action if any is required, or your manager can close it with comment. Until your manager is satisfied that this incident's been managed, only then will they move it on to the close stage. When the incident is closed, you will receive a notification via email to let you know that the incident's been closed. Why do we report incidences? Reporting an incident, a hazard or a near miss is our first line of defence in keeping our clients, our community and ourselves safe. Knowing more about our incidents also help us to identify opportunities for improvements to how we do our work. Experience tells us that for every serious incident, there are a greater number of minor incidences or near misses that have occurred. When we ignore a minor incident or a near miss, we are increasing the odds that a serious incident will occur in the future. Who should be reporting incidences? All of us should. It is everyone's responsibility to contribute to making our organisation a safe and healthy place. What should I report? You should report any incident, near miss or hazard, or unsafe behaviour that can be directly attributed to health, safety and well-being in your organisation. An incident is any unplanned event resulting in or having a potential for injury, ill health, damage or other loss. A near miss is an incident that could have resulted in any injury or illness to people, danger to health and or damage to property or the environment. A hazard is an object or situation that has the potential to harm a person, the environment or cause damage to property. By way of example today, we are going to report an incident. The next field requires me to select the area that the incident relates to. This will give me only certain options when reporting the primary and secondary incident types. In this instance, I'm recording a workplace health and safety incident. Next, we need to select the incident category. Workplace injury in this instance. And now I have a secondary category, which allows me or the management team to report and analyze the data in 3 different levels. We can also record whether any company assets, equipment or vehicle were damaged during this incident. If we recorded yes, then additional field will open up, giving us an opportunity to stipulate which asset was damaged, and we can provide additional details around the damage, record the severity, and in the event where there is a third-party involvement, we can record those details as well. We must record the date and time that the injury occurred. And we must record the location where the injury occurred. The additional location information provides you the opportunity to specify where in Darwin the incident occurred. Next, we want to record the description of the incident. We need to assign an ISR rating to our incident to ensure that it is managed correctly. Toggling this switch will expose the ISR rating scale. Based on the description of the incident, once the ISR has been selected, you will receive a severity assessment response, providing you with guidance around how the organisation would like you to manage the event moving forward. You also have help text to ensure that you understand what the organisation considers to be an ISR 3 or a moderate incident in relation to patients, visitors, staff and security. After we've described what has happened during the incident, we should also describe what immediate action we've taken. And in the case where additional comments is required, we can expose an additional free text field. We can also report the data of the person that was involved in the incident by clicking on the Add button. Here we can record the details of that person, such as the type of person that was involved. In this event, it was an employee. We can record the employee's name. We must report the employee's gender. Date of birth field is optional. ID is an optional field. We can record the person's involved workplace. Now we have two additional options. We can record the person involved's contact details as well as their injury details by clicking in these boxes. We can record John's email address, we can record John's phone number, and we can record the address where John works. After we recorded the contact details, we can add details of John's injury. John suffered a sprain on his thighs, legs or his knees, and the mechanism of injury was body stressing. Once the data about the person involved is completed, we can click OK. We can then continue to add additional details of other persons involved at the time. The persons involved component will also provide us with a report that can be printed or downloaded quite easily. Next, we reach the assign component of the form, where we can see some decisions have already been made for us based on where we work and who we directly report to. The open field for us here is what we call a related meeting, and that provides a group in our team second level oversight of the incidents that have been associated with that particular working area. We can see that a number of users based on the ISR will be advised that this event has been reported, and we can also see that specific access control has been selected, which restricts who will be able to see this incident once we've submitted it into the workflow. If required, we can attach additional records. If we have a medical certificate or evidence of the injury, such as a photograph, or we have an additional report, we can add those details in here by naming the record and uploading it from wherever we've saved it on our computer. And that will attach those records. We only need to do this in the event that there are additional records that we have to add. To submit this form, we only have two radio buttons. We can press cancel, which means we no longer want to submit this incident and we will have to start this whole process again. Or we can submit this incident into the workflow, which means that our manager Stuart will be notified of the event, as will all of these people in the user notification. Stuart will then assign action if required or close the incident with comment. Thank you for watching this recording. If you have any further questions, please contact Serena Coleman.